So we've talked a lot about long distance landlording. Millennial Mike has been on the channel. He lives in Seattle, invests in Gary, Indiana, for example. We're going to talk to Casey about, is it possible to self manage rentals that are thousands of miles away? Casey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good today, Michael. Thanks for having me on.
I got to tell you, just right off the cuff, I nothing scares me more than potentially self managing thousands of miles away. But tell me what you've got. Is it possible?
I agree. I think it's very scary, and I don't really recommend it for new investors or investors who don't already have a team in place. But I get the question asked so many times. I want to self manage out of state. So, for everyone that's wondering, what does it take to self manage out of state? Why am I scared for you if you want to self manage out of state? And
Mhm.
what can you do to maybe mitigate those, situations to where you can have a positive experience?
Well,
So,
yeah,
first
go
thing
ahead.
is, there's a few instances where you really need to be there. And if it's not you, somebody else needs to be there. So the first thing you're going to need is an actual boots on the ground person who is 100% local. And it could be your realtor, although that's not really what they do and they're not really your friend. So my advice would be, if you are managing out of state, is it a place where your mom and dad live, your sister, your aunt, a best friend, someone who is your friend who can be there for you? Because if there's a flood in the middle of the night, is your realtor or someone you barely know going to jump in their car? Probably not. So you're going to need somebody who's there. You're the main like time where you're going to 100% always need someone is for putting tenants in the property. It's for showings. It's for meeting the tenant. And a lot of times you can get a realtor, right? Or some property management companies will do like a one time thing where instead of managing all the time, they will just get the property, they'll lease it for you. They'll do showings and they'll lease it. And then here you go. Now you do the monthly the day to day stuff. And when I was in California as a real estate agent, I used to do leases. I used to help with leases. So I would charge 1 month's rent and I would show the property, collect applications, and then here you go, owner, you decide who you want. I'll help with the lease agreements, and then I'm done. So you need someone to do that. Another thing you need is a legit, bona fide list of subcontractors and people you can call. Because when it's the heat of the summer and the air conditioner goes out, if you do not have a reputation and experience with an HVAC guy and you're brand new and you just call him from the phone book, you're going to be on the bottom of their list and they're going to take care of all their other repeat customers first. So you need to have a really good list of subcontractors and people you're going to need, which includes if you have trees, you'll need a tree guy, you'll need an HVAC guy, you'll need a plumber, a technician, and a handyman. You may not really need a contractor, right? Because you're going to know when you're going to need those guys and you can get quotes, but you might need an electrician at a moment's notice. You might need a plumber at a moment's notice. And so, and the HVAC guy, it's always the HVAC for us. So you'll need to have those people that know you so that they will show up for you. They will do a good job. And if you're
Yeah.
not local and if you've not had properties for a long time, you may not have a Rolodex of companies you can count on to show up. So
Yeah, I
that's a
love
couple things.